Okay,
I'm so ready.
go for it. Let's do it.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elyse. I am painting this giant mural behind me. I'm so excited about it. I've been working on this since, oh my gosh, August 3rd or 4th. It has been like almost a month now. This is my 5th mural and it has been a trip, let me tell you. This is my biggest mural project yet. It's on an 11 by 13 foot wall, about 150 square feet total. I used 4 paintbrushes for this project. I actually used 1 brush for the vast majority of it and realized it would probably be a little bit easier if I used a new one for some of the details. I painted this mural for over 60 hours. It has taken me to this point 28 days, and hopefully we are finishing it up today. I originally created this design for this mural on my iPad. I was working off of the concept of the name of this storefront. It's called Mill Meadow, which you might know. It has kind of like this flower meadow going on, and then on the other side is a windmill. And so I kind of buried that in the flower meadow. It's kind of hidden back there. There's some flowers that are overlapping it. Also painted the flowers to kind of have like some negative space between the elements. And I did that because I wanted them to look like they were paper cutouts. I sell stationery printed with my artwork, and paper products are one of our #1 selling items. That's sort of where Mill Meadow came from too. So it's where the paper mill meets the flower meadow. And I wanted that to be incorporated not only with the windmill and the flowers, but also kind of making it look like it was actually cut out of paper. And so that's kind of where I got the idea to create the negative space between each element. So I didn't do any like blending or real like painterly effects, so that it would still have almost like this extra 2D quality to it and kind of give that papery feel. And I'm really excited with how it's turning out. I think this is maybe my best work I've ever done. So I'm very, very happy with it and super excited. I wanted to create a focal point because this wall is right in the middle of our storefront space. So, and the rest of the like 3 walls for the most part are original exposed brick because this space is a 100-year-old former tobacco warehouse. So it has like this history to it, and it has these like historic columns around here, but it did have a big blank wall right in the middle that I was just like, this is perfect for a mural. So that's kind of how this all came to be. This blue tape is just kind of marking off on the wall where I'm stopping my paint. Cabinets are gonna come up to about 2 inches above it. Kind of how it's all gonna look is along the full wall will just be a bank of cabinets. Another kind of island of cabinets are going to be directly across from it, and this whole area is going to be our checkout space and cash wrap. I chose these colors for the mural because I wanted a really warm feel in this space, and that really works because we have this beautiful exposed brick wall that's just opposite of the mural, and it is kind of this like slate red with some orange tones mixed in. And then we also have 9 historic columns in here that are original to the space, and you can see just they're such big, like chunky wood features in here. So we wanted to really tie in just those warmer colors that are in this space already and embrace the history that we kind of have in this really unique spot. So I was super excited to play around with that and kind of build cohesion with the space as it is. So we went with a warmer palette for the mural, and we're gonna go with that for the products too. I wanted Mill Meadow to have a selection of Elyse Breanne designed products, so we're not really stocking some of the designs that have cooler tones like purples and blues, but we are stocking a lot of our more pink and orange. I originally planned this mural on my iPad, and so I drew the entire design. I picked out all the colors, and then we took a sheet of paper that had the colors printed out from that original design, to the hardware store and had them match the colors specifically. Super, super recommend for painting a mural. The problem is that even when you do that, you totally want to test them out before you put them on the wall. So we got all of our colors color matched, but one of them was off just a little bit, and that happened to be the most important color, which was the background. It was this really bubblegum pink, and when we put it on the wall, we thought, this isn't gonna work. So we had to remix and manually mix a new color. After all of that, the color scheme turned out even better than when we originally got all of the paint samples. So I'm super happy with that, and I'm glad we went through all of that testing and trial to make sure that it was perfect, because I really wanted this wall to just stand out and be the focal point in this space and kind of tie everything together. So color matching is awesome. It saves you a ton of time when you're picking out paint. You don't really have to go and like find all of the chips in the paint aisle, but totally recommend testing out each color and making sure that they turn out right when you do that. So I've done 4 murals before this one, but this mural taught me a lot about painting walls, and especially painting big walls. Something I didn't realize when I first started painting this mural was just how hard it was going to be to reach the top. So it's exactly 11 feet 9 inches tall, which worked out perfectly because at our warehouse that's about 5 minutes away, we had a sort of rolling staircase that we used to access our loft there. We ended up wheeling the entire staircase on foot here because it was too big to fit in any of our cars. So that was definitely an adventure, but once it got here, it made finishing up the mural so much easier, and it's been a really helpful tool. And so I was really excited that we already had that on hand, which was really great because we were looking at renting scaffolding or trying to find another solution, but then you're pinned down to a particular time frame that you have the rental. So the timing didn't work out for what I needed with this mural. That's totally an option. You can get scaffolding, but it can be expensive, and then it limits the time frame that you're able to work on the mural. And I always tend to underestimate how long murals are gonna take. So totally recommend having a plan for reaching the entire wall. On one of my previous projects, I drew out the design on my iPad first and used a projector to project that design onto the wall. That was for the mural in my dining room, and I had just bought my house and I wanted it to be perfect. I double and triple checked that the image was perfectly aligned, that it was right in the right spot. That helped me perfect that mural, and I wanted to bring that same technique to this project. I really wanted all of the flowers to be in relation to each other in a way that made sense, and I wanted all of the colors to be evenly spread out throughout the piece. So the mural helped me pre-plan that and make sure that everything was perfect so that I didn't get too far into the project and realize that I wanted to change a bunch of things. So something that I didn't expect when I was using the projector in this project is that I couldn't actually get the projector to cover the entire wall. Even when the projector was as far back as it could be in this space, it still didn't reach out to the whole wall. So that meant that I just kind of had to work off of the edges of the projector as much as it could reach on the wall from the center. And then I kind of rotated the design and flipped the design on my iPad and projected it so that it would be a little bit different for the elements that would go on the edges. And so I kind of had to project out one particular flower that I wanted on the edge or at the top at a time, and then adjust the projector every time. Super highly recommend getting a projector, but just beware that for really big projects, you might have to do it in pieces with the image that you project. So that was definitely a new experience for me. I love talking about my murals, so if you want a more in-depth look at my process or more tips on how to execute a project like this, like and subscribe and let me know in the comments because I would be more than happy to talk about it.